Hey everybody, what's up? It's Joel, aka The Daily Guru, and it's time for another edition of Something Old, Something New. Today for Something Old, we're going to check out one of the greatest albums in history. I cannot recommend it highly enough. It's the 1969 self-titled album from Blind Faith. When it comes to the term supergroup, there may be no other band in history that can hold their own with Blind Faith, as they're comprised of Eric Clapton, Ginger Baker, and Steve Winwood. This band formed in the wake of the breakup of Cream, and you can really hear a connection between the two bands, yet there's no question that Blind Faith quickly makes its case as the most impressive project Eric Clapton has ever been a part of. The truth of the matter is, Blind Faith may be the best blues rock album ever recorded. And tracks like Had to Cry Today, Presence of the Lord, and just about every song on here are outright classics. And if somehow you've never heard them, to tell you the truth, you're doing yourself a huge disservice. The chemistry between Eric Clapton and Ginger Baker is evident in every second of the track, and you quickly realize that Steve Winwood is the ideal third piece to this puzzle. Clapton's guitar on this album has an overwhelming amount of soul, and it'll even appeal to people who aren't familiar with the blues rock genre. It's the way it crashes into the amazing drumming of Ginger Baker and the organs and pianos of Steve Winwood that makes the record so amazing, as it truly represents everything that's beautiful in musical creation. Furthermore, it's about the vocals on this album, and they almost border on gospel at times. And the raw emotion behind them is rarely anything short of stunning. In the end, Blind Faith is a true musical masterpiece, and it stands as one of those few instances where it may actually be better that the group didn't record anything else, allowing their legacy to remain absolutely perfect. So if you don't spin Blind Faith's self-titled album on a regular basis, trust me, you need to. Thank me later. Today for Something New, we're going to check out the brand new release from the Smashing Pumpkins, and it's called Oceania. First off, those of you who want to write this album off simply because it's a completely different group of musicians than the original band, well, yeah, you're right, but that reality goes without saying. But at the same time, the fact of the matter is that band is never going to happen again, so you're going to have to deal with that reality. Getting to the actual album, I'll admit that at first when Billy Corgan said that this record was going to be a return to the sound that the Pumpkins had on Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness, I certainly scoffed, as that's an album I hold in very high esteem. But after listening to this a few times, the reality is he's actually pretty accurate in that statement. Across the first few tracks, that heavy, fuzzed out sound that made so many of their early songs classic is absolutely present. Yet this group of musicians also shows their own ability to create captivating melodies without ever having to sacrifice volume. The comparisons made to Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness certainly hold true across the first few songs, and even for the most dedicated and jaded Smashing Pumpkins fan, you're going to enjoy them. On the whole though, Oceania is a rather mellow affair, though they show that when they want to rock, they certainly can. I just wish they'd do more on that rock side, as the quieter tracks you find do get a bit dull, perhaps a little bit repetitive, and this is especially true in the middle part of this album. Furthermore, I have to say it, there are a few very, very bad tracks on this album, but the good stuff that's there does give enough balance that it's definitely worth the listen. In the end, Oceania is not a great record, but it is a good one, and it proves that Billy Corgan certainly has a great deal of creativity left inside of him. So on the buy it or borrow it, this one is a strong borrow it. So that's what I got for you guys today. I hope you dug it. If you did, go ahead and click subscribe, leave a comment, click like, whatever you want to do. Remember that if you leave a comment here or you share this video via my Facebook page, you're automatically entered into a contest to win at least 4 of the albums I recommend at the end of the month. If you want to email me, you can do that at thedailyguru@gmail.com, and check out my website where every single day I talk about the greatest music of all time at thedailyguru.net. You can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Tumblr right here, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow.